Good day, welcome to Mayor King's TV News. I am Matsu Okpemitorishe and here are the headlines. Oborevwori empowers Delta traditional rulers with 65 SUVs. Ex-Ondo Deputy Governor quits PDP over leadership crisis and is set to join APC. Tiwa Savage, Ira Star, Wizkid and others nominated for 2026 Mobile Awards. Federal government reacts after Super Eagles loss against Morocco. Now the news in details. Governor Sheriff Oborevwori of Delta State on Wednesday presented 65 new sports utility vehicles to the traditional rulers across the state, explaining that the decision was deliberate given to the rural and different terrains many of them operate in. Speaking at the Government House Asaba while handling over 60 brand new Prados and 5 Land Cruiser SUVs to the royal fathers, he said the vehicles were for ease of movement, even as he commended the monarch for making governance easier and effective in the state. He stated that royal fathers play a frontline role in mobilizing communities, promoting government programs, resolving disputes and supporting security agencies, often without expecting a reward. He linked the gesture to his administration's broader philosophy of inclusive governance under the More agenda, particularly its pillar of opportunities for all. He listed the wide range of social intervention and programs already implemented by his government, as well as landmark achievements in workers' welfare, pension, payments, scholarship, and financial assistance for Delta indigents in Nigeria law schools. Meanwhile, His Royal Majesty Major General Felix Mujakpero Oborevwori, the chairman of the Delta State Council of Traditional Rulers and the Oroje of Okpe Kingdom, in a vote of thanks described the governor's gesture as a timely and deeply symbolic intervention that strengthens grassroots governance and peace building across the state. The federal government and academic staff of universities on Wednesday unveiled the negotiated agreement aimed at resolving long-standing disputes in Nigerian tertiary education sector, resulting in incessant strikes and closures of universities. The 2025 agreement is the conclusion of a renegotiation process that began in 2017 to review the 2009 federal government ASU Pact, which was due for revision in 2012. Several communities set up under part administrators, chaired by Wale Babalekin, Muzali Jibrin, Jimmy Brings failed to deliver a final agreement. The breakthrough came under the current administration, which inaugurated the Yayale Ahmed-led renegotiation committee in October 2024. An agreement was reached about 14 months later, focusing on improved conditions of service, funding, university autonomy, academic freedom, and broader reforms to reverse sectoral decay, curb brain drain, and reposition universities for national development. A major provision of the agreement is the upward review of academic staff in federal universities by 40%, with effects from January 1st, 2026. A former Deputy Governor of Ondo State, Ambassador Omolade Olawatoro, has resigned from the crisis-ridden People's Democratic Party (PDP) in the state. Olawatoro, who served as a deputy governor to the late Dr. Olusegun Agago, announced his resignation on Thursday during the celebration of his 79th birthday organized by the Asiwaju Mandate Group in Akure, the state capital. The former Nigerian ambassador to Uganda said his decision is to quit the opposition party was informed by the lingering leadership crisis, rocking the PDP at both the national and state levels, which he described as a lack of direction, foresight, and internal cohesion. Olawatoro, who served as a deputy governor between 2003 and 2007, was a former member of the PDP Board of Trustees, specially accused the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Wilson Wike, of worsening the internal crisis within the party. Although the former deputy governor did not formally announce his defection to the APC, Adetiniyi expressed confidence that he would join the ruling party. Now on the entertainment news. Nigerian music stars have secured nominations for the prestigious Music of Black Origin Mobile Awards 2026. Wizkid, Davido, Star, Rema, Tiwa Savage, Adekunle Gold, and Shali Poppy are among the Nigerian stars shortlisted in the Best African Music Act category. Star has taken the spotlight, earning a nomination in the Best International Act category, where she will rub shoulders with global superstars like Cardi B, Ghana, Kelani, and Vybz Kartel. The 2026 Mobile Awards will take place on March 26, 2026, at Co-op Live in Manchester, marking a milestone 30th anniversary celebration of Black music and culture. Now on the foreign news. Prime Minister Sir Keir Starmer has not ruled out banning British under 16 years old from social media. All options are on the table. It said more needed to be done to protect children from social media and that he was watching what is happening in Australia, where a ban has been recently introduced. Privately, many Labour MPs and officials have said they expect the UK government to follow Australia's example. Next week, the House of Lords is set to vote on proposals for a ban, which if passed could see pressure growth on the government to act. Last week, the Conservatives announced they will block under 16s from social media platforms, as well as prohibiting smartphones in schools if they won the next election. Earlier this week, Meta announced he had blocked about 500,000 accounts on its sites, including Facebook and Instagram, during his first week of compliance with the new law in Australia. The issue could come to head next week, with the House of Lords likely to vote an amendment to the Children's Wellbeing and School Bills which will prevent under 16s from accessing social media. Now on the sports news. The federal government have praised the Super Eagles for their gallant efforts against Morocco, despite losing 4-2 on penalties in Rabat on Wednesday night. In a statement released on Thursday in Abuja, Minister of Information and National Orientation, Alhaji Mohammed Idris, said the team's performance remained a source of national pride, even though they fell short of reaching the finals. He urged the Super Eagles to hold their heads high and learn from this experience. However, Nigeria will battle Egypt's Pharaohs in the third-place match on Saturday at the Mohammed V Stadium in Casablanca. The Super Eagles are favourites with the online betting site, with a 45% chance of winning in 90 minutes, while Egypt has a 30% chance. Now a recap on our headlines. Oborevwori empowers Delta traditional rulers with 65 SUVs. Ex-Ondo Deputy Governor quits PDP over leadership crisis and is set to join APC. Tiwa Savage, Star, Wizkid and others nominated for 2026 Mobile Awards. Federal government reacts after Eagles laws versus Morocco. That's the news. Is detailed by Timiola Emanuela. I am Matu Okwemitorishe. Thanks for watching.